How was your first All-Star break as a manager?
It was good. Yeah. Made better by the last game winning, and it was good. It was relaxing, but getting to watch Cruz in the home run derby and then Paul start the game, it was really cool.
Was it probably a well-timed break? You think the guys needed a little bit of a reset?
I think so. Obviously the last road trip was tough, but to finish strong there with a win and go into the break, and seems like everybody had a good break and ready to roll in the second half.
Donnie, do you try to just pick it up, or is there like a talk of like, okay, this is what we're looking to do? You had some time off. Here are some things we need to clean up.
Yeah, there's always things that we need to get better at. Always looking at those. I don't think it's not something that we need to add to it. We just need to continue the process of getting better and trying to do that on a regular basis like we have been every single day. It was really strange, with winning 6 at home and then going on the road trip and losing 8, really tough to go through. But proud of the guys, the way they responded that last game, going in and against a really good closer like we talked about, finishing that game and coming out with the win to go into the break, and just continuing that process of getting better every day.
Kind of look at the second half as like a clean slate in a sense.
Yeah, clean slate. There's a lot of opportunity, for guys going out there to have at bats and show what they can do, and looking forward to them continuing that work, continuing to get better, and to capitalize on that opportunity.
Obviously, Adam Frazier went off to Kansas City this week. What did it mean to have him in this clubhouse this season, especially for you as a manager?
He's a true pro. Has been, was when he was here before, and same thing this year. He every single day he's showing up, gives you a great at bat. I was really impressed with the way he played second base this year, at an elite level, playing second and able to bounce around, provide versatility. We're going to miss him. Excited about adding Cam Devaney, and the reports coming back have been really, really positive. You see the progress that he's made, 18 home runs in AAA, and provide some pop, can play defense at multiple positions, and especially at shortstop.
What are you hoping to see from Leovera Figueroa? Is he going to get a little bit of an extended runway this time?
Yeah, he's, all the reports coming back on Peggy have been phenomenal from AAA. The work that he's put in, added some versatility too. Historically has played mostly second and short, playing first, playing third, has played some outfield, providing some consistent at bats, and just the leadership that he showed down in AAA, from what we heard from the staff down there, was tremendous. So looking forward to him being back and getting some play time.
Donnie, how do you feel like with your role you can help guys deal with speculation that comes here over the next 12 days or so?
It's always a tough time of year. Just being as upfront and open and talking to the guys and letting them know that if they ever have anything, the door's always open to come in and talk about. It's not an easy time for guys to go through, especially guys with families, and thinking about that and how do we help them maintain their focus to put their focus out on the field and not on all the rumors. Like we talked about before, you can't address every single rumor that comes across because you just don't know where they're coming from, how it transpires. But being upfront and talking to guys as much as we can, and from myself or from Ben, and making sure that they're in a good spot when they go out there to play, to be focused on the game.
DK, how much when you see O'Neill do what he did in the home run derby, and I'm sure none of it was really a surprise to you, just having watched him do BP, but how much being around the stars, being in an event like that and shining on a big stage, how much can that help him perhaps reach another level?
I hope it does, and the power is unbelievable that we saw 513 feet. I mean, it was impressive. He put on a show, and unfortunately ran into the buzzsaw with Cal, and he got on a roll there in that second round. But to be the first Pirate to get out of the first round, hit 21 home runs, hit 13 in the second round. We get to see it every day, but hopefully he starts to see he belongs on that stage. He belongs in that, continue to work, continue to refine his game, and continue to do it in the game too. That we've seen, him go from shortstop to center field, continues to work on that, has gotten better in the outfield. And now the league is adjusted to him at the plate, and continuing to work on that and adjust back to them that we saw at the end of the first half. I thought that his at-bats got better there at the end. Looking forward to him carrying that over.
When you talk about refining some things, what separates him from being an all-star and being a superstar in this game? Because certainly the tools, the talent are there.
I think it's a consistency, and just continuing to learn and continuing to grow through it. And like I said, to have a guy that came up, worked his tail off to be the best shortstop that he could be, and then to move to center field, he's had a lot of changes too, especially going through the injury, then switching positions, and continuing to learn, especially at the big league level. Very quick. The other teams are very quick to adapt, especially from a pitching standpoint. And how does he continue to adjust and adapt and fight back when they do that?
You mentioned the last couple of games, he had that line drive to left. It seemed like the pitch recognition was a little better. Are those the things you're seeing from O'Neill?
Yeah, and those are the things that challenging him to get better on, and that we've seen. I mean, he had the one strong base hit to left, and then he almost hit the opposite field home run that they made a nice catch the other way. So just continuing to work with him and allowing him to understand what the other teams are trying to do against him, and use the whole field to hit.
Tony, not a lot, but some guys won't participate in that event, and they say it'll screw their swing up for like the second half of the season. I know you're never in it, but you subscribe to that theory at all that it could?
No, you're right. I didn't have that kind of power. I would have, like Leland used to tell me, you got to hit it twice to hit it as far as they're going to hit it once. So, which is probably not far off. O'Neill practiced a little bit going into the break, and it seemed to free him up a little bit and to be more athletic and be himself in the box. And not really sure. I don't buy into the, sometimes you can think that it becomes more loopy or whatever. I felt like it made him better. It made him more like himself there towards the end of the first half. So looking forward to him continuing that.
Why do you suppose that is? I mean, can you go a little more in depth on that and what he was doing and practicing and what that?
I'm not sure. I think it just, to me, this is just my opinion, just looked like it freed him up to be athletic and be free instead of trying to think his way through an at-bat. And that's what we've been talking to him about, is going up there, being athletic and staying in the zone, staying on a fastball, and allowing yourself to react to the off-speed stuff. And he hasn't gotten many fastballs. It's something that has changed for him, is he hasn't gotten many fastballs. You still need to be ready for it, because they've been stunning him late in the count. So how do we stay ready for the fastball, even though we're not getting it a lot, and stay in the zone to be able to handle the off speed as well?
You were able to take the break here to get some guys rest, some of your starting pitchers rest. That's kind of built-in natural rest. How much of this is maybe a chance to not only get them the rest, but also maybe reset the rotation a little bit?
Yeah, we will. We're getting Falter tonight, Burrows on Saturday, and Heaney on Sunday, and then we'll have Skeens and Keller against Detroit. Reset the rotation a little bit. We're able to split up the lefties there, and it's trying to monitor innings. I mean, you got guys like Heaney and Falter and Keller who have been through it a lot, Burrows and Skeens, and we've talked about it with Paul. I think we lose sight of the fact that he is in his first full major league season, and we are mindful of the innings. Burrows is coming off of Tommy John a couple years ago, came back, got into the game at the end of the year at Yankee Stadium, but still hasn't built up a bulk of innings too. So with those guys, Ashcraft coming up, being in the pen, has historically been a starter, but he's dealt with some injuries in the past too. So just trying to take it all into account as we look at all the guys individually and make sure that they're in a good spot.
Just got word that Oviedo is going to be going out too. Does he kind of fall into that mix also? And I guess what have you just heard so far?
Yeah, good reports. He was here yesterday for the workout. He's in great shape, good frame of mind, and he's excited to get to Altoona. We're excited for him to take that next step. I mean, you talk about a long journey for him, going from Tommy John, and then he was looking good in spring, and then ended up having the lat. And it's not easy to go through those significant injuries like that back to back. But excited for him to take that next step towards getting back here.
Going back to what Kevin asked you earlier, Figueroa 2 years ago, between the majors and minors, hit 20 home runs in a season. Do you see him being a potential power source here.
Yeah, he could be, and I'm excited for Peguero to get back up and be Peggy, you know, and just be. He's electric. He's exciting. He brings energy, and I think he hit 7 that year up here, and you know, going up there and having good at bats and allowing that to happen, not going up there trying to. We've talked about that. I feel like we've fallen into that at times as a team, trying to go up there and drive the ball and hit home runs. When we've been really good, we've continued to pass the baton, go gap to gap, go the other way, play baseball. And with Peggy, the versatility he's added this year to be able to play multiple positions and has had good at bats, looking for him to continue that and allow the power to continue to come.